Welcome, potential Eagles and current Eagles. I'm Bruce Bassfinder in the Central Texas College Marketing Department. Today is our virtual info session. It's just a little brief summary of some things that CTC offers, kind of to get you on your way if you're thinking about starting college or if you've already registered for class or are about to register for class and you want to know what you're getting yourself into. We're here to help you out with that. On my panel here today, I've got Mariceli Santiago Cruz from Student Life, Jeff Pyatt from Recruiting and Admissions, Ellen Falkenstein from the Math Express Department. She's going to talk about some career pathways. I've got Lucette Brett. She's with Financial Aid and Veteran Services. And the ever-present Angela Rees from our business administration. She's going to talk about some things, Blackboard and some class delivery kind of things. But before we do anything else, I want to share a brief video with you, 2 minutes, kind of a summary video of the things that we're going to be talking about and things that you can expect here at CTC. So give me a second. Let me hit share my screen and we will get this party rolling. All right, can everybody see the screen okay?
Yes.
All right, how about audio?
Yes. Well, no
No audio?
Video.
audio.
Okay. We'll start again. 1 second. Let's try this one more time. I did this earlier when I shared, and I guess it reverted back to the previous setting. So it did. It reverted back. Okay. All right. Let's try this one more time. What the hell, we got audio.
Don't see the video.
Bruce,
Yes.
you're not seeing the video. We're seeing your teams.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I apologize. Hang on a second. Let me stop this madness here. Okay. So you're seeing just me?
Your team's page, but we heard it.
Okay, well, I don't understand how that goes, but all right, let's try this one more time.
Third time's a charm.
Let's hope. I don't know what's going on. All right, are you seeing the video now, the screen? Okay, I'm gonna hit start again. There we go.
Awesome.
Bear with me while I shut this down here. All right, there we go. All right. So again, that's just a kind of a brief summary of things that many courses we offer, the different career paths that are available here at Central Texas College. And there were some terms in there that we'll break down for you, like stackable and things like that, so you get a full-fledged idea of what's going on with that. And I'm going to start with you so you can kind of break down the career paths and you can kind of expand upon those, the many different options that our students can partake in.
Okay,
we
let
need-
me
there we
share my screen. All right. Can you
You
see
had
the
better
main
luck than I
page?
did.
So far. Give me time. All right, so if you just go to our main page, www.ctcd.edu, there's a nice blue button right here, Explore Academic Programs, and that will send you to so much information. It's a lot, but we have it narrowed down for you. We have that same video here on the top of the page, and then we have our programs broken into clusters. So we have arts and humanities that has like drama and graphics and printing. We have business and business technology. So that has business. It also has culinary arts, has all kinds of cybersecurity, information technology, construction. I'm going to break into one of these in just a minute. We have construction, manufacturing, transportation. We have healthcare, public service, which is like child development, criminal justice, and then the best, of course, they put it last, the STEM, with our science, technology, engineering, and math. So when you click into it, let's so that I can show you a stackable real quick. Don't forget, we have robotics. Let me put that in there in case I don't get back down to here. We now have robotics. We have robots that you get to learn how to program. So look into that. Let me look at a stackable here. Let's go into the business and technology. So when you click on any of these, and you can go in and play around, or you might know what you want to do, what you want to look at. There's going to be a video that's tied to that cluster. And then once you watch the video, you've got each of our different areas. So let's go ahead and look at culinary arts here.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, me too. I went to the final exam in December for cakes. Oof,
That was delicious.
Okay, so again, we have videos. Once you get into here, we have a little bit of information about the program. We have the best part here of what jobs you could do, what you could get paid. That's a good place to start. And then we have what's called the pathways. So let me see. Let's try, let's look at the management. We'll see if it's got a, yes. So what we mean by stackable is that you can start off and get a certificate. So like this one, you can get a certificate of completion with restaurant skills. You take 7 courses. At that point, you could go get a job and go to school at the same time because you have this experience already. And then you can move on to the next certificate. And all these classes work for the other degree. So you're not doing extra work. You're not taking classes that you don't need. They were going to work through all the certificates, and then you get better jobs with each certificate, and then you can get an associate's degree. So there's lots of choices, but that's what we mean when we say stackable, is that we've worked very hard to make sure that you're not taking classes you don't need, and it's all classes that can work towards an associate's or even in some cases a bachelor's. All right, so then you have the specific information. So let's say you want to go do the baking and pastry specializations. And all of these areas have the same information. And so that will, once you click on that, it will tell you the different courses you have to take. It will tie to the courses. Also, you will get information about how to contact us inside of here, and we're here to serve you. So please, please, please reach out. If you think you're interested in one of these areas, reach out to the department and talk to them, or go over and talk to them, because that's why we're here. All right.
And real quick, one
So,
thing
let me
that
see.
Ellen, I want to point out about the list of classes and so forth. In the video, if you'll notice, it said you can stay on course and take the courses that are applicable to your degree and finish faster. And that's what this does. This is kind of a roadmap to help you stay on track for your specific degree or certificate program. So by following that guideline, and it's just a suggested guideline, you're making sure that you take the classes that you actually need for your degree. So you're not taking anything that's not going to apply to your degree. So you're not spending extra money and extra time for something outside of your degree plan, unless of course you really truly want to. But if you want to stay on track, that's the perfect roadmap to help you stay on track.
Right. Thank you for saying that, Bruce. And also, you want to make sure that you get familiar with Eagle Self-Service, especially once you pick a degree plan, because that will also help you not take classes that will not go towards your degree. Sometimes it gets a little confusing, but reach out to either the department or reach out to the advisors, and we can help you figure that out. But what'll happen is as you work down your degree plan inside Eagle Self-Service, the different areas will turn green once you take the class. Once you successfully take the class, the ones that you still need to will be red, and that way, that's another way to keep track of what you're doing. Also, you can see on the other side that you can see the options of where you can take these classes. That's nice to know. The other thing, if you don't know what you want to do, if you're general studies and you really don't know, like even this is just so overwhelming to start clicking on, if you ask the EagleBot where the Career Center is, it'll tell you where we're located on Central Campus, but they also have a great website, and it'll tell you how to click onto that. And then they have surveys inside that, free surveys, and they're great. I have my students take them. And it'll help you start to see what maybe you want to be when you grow up. So I know this is a lot and there's a ton of information, but please, if you need help with any of this, you can reach out to me at math.express@ctcd.edu or to any of us or to the advisors.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Ellen. And again, just scan through the Explore Academic Program because there are so many options there, and each one, like we said, the business has culinary hospitality programs. The construction manufacturing also includes our aviation program. So there's something for you in there, and it might not be spelled out aviation under the main heading, but if you look underneath those main headings, you will find those different programs that might strike your interest. And again, it's like business also has real estate underneath it. So again, there are multiple options for you. So we certainly appreciate you, Ellen. Thank you. We're going to jump a little bit out of tune right now, but before we move on, if you have any questions, we're live on Facebook, so you can type your questions there. And thank you, Lee, for monitoring that. And then also we've got our chat here on the WebEx. So if you've got questions, please type them in because we want to hear from you. But I'm going to let Lucette go next. Who's going to talk about financial aid and veteran services because she's got another meeting she's got to get to shortly. So we're going to jump a little bit out of turn here. So Lucette, the floor is yours.
Hi. So all those great classes that we have, you may need some help paying for them. We encourage you to use the FAFSA at Department of Education's webpage to fill out so that maybe you can get your Pell Grant and not have to pay money back. But should you be eligible for a loan, they can help you with that too for financial aid and the Title IV funds. If you are military related and you are interested in receiving veteran benefits, possibly Hazelwood, if you entered the military or your parents entered the military in Texas, that's another avenue to help pay for it. And Bruce can kind of show you how that works when you're online. All you have to do in students is look for the military benefits, and we list all of the documents that you needed, because every school that you go to, in order to use veteran benefits, you do have to apply with the school too. So when you're under students, you're going to look for military veterans, and once you click on that, it's going to show you the different kinds of programs that we have. On the left, under the word veterans, it says veteran benefits again, up a little higher there. Perfect. And if you click on that, it's going to kind of walk you through what you need to do. You have to go to va.gov first because you're going to need that certificate of eligibility. You may need a DD-214. and we can work with you from there. All forms are all in e-forms, just like the applications and different things can be found under student tools. And we are happy to help you. We are always here during regular business hours. Financial aid is downstairs in Building 215, and Veteran Services is upstairs. In addition to just our veteran service staff, we have people from the VA in Vet Success, and they are happy to help you with that pesky certificate of eligibility. And we also have the Texas Veterans Commission. They have some offices here as well. So we are more than happy to find different avenues for paying for school. And don't forget, if you're going to be coming next year, we have the foundation scholarships available. That window is only open till the end of February, so make sure that you apply there. We have lots of money to help students with, and we encourage you to apply for those as well.
Right. Thank you, Lucette. So if you have questions about military benefits, type those in or contact academic.advisory@Eagles on Call, or you can contact one of these employees here at the bottom that can help you out. And they will be more than happy to answer your questions and get you rolling with your military benefits and your veterans benefits. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. All right, so now we'll get back on track, and we thank you again, Lucette, and she's got her address there in the chat if you need some assistance from her. All right, Angela Reese is in our business department, and she's going to give us a little bit of a background on class delivery, how classes are delivered, and some of the more important things that students need to know, such as Blackboard. We're not going to go into in-depth about Blackboard, but just kind of touch on the relevance and how important Blackboard is to students. So, Angela, it's all yours.
Thank you, sir. Well, hello, future Eagles. We're so excited that you are here with us today and interested in getting started with your next steps in your education. So thank you to everyone so far and everything that they've shared with you. One thing that I want you, the future students, to be thinking of is the fact that if there was something that didn't quite make sense yet, send us a message in the chat. Ask us questions. Communicate. It's something that is so important as you move forward with the first steps in moving toward your degree and your future, but also during it while you're going through the process. There's going to be things that happen that you're not really potentially sure of what something means or how to do it. The biggest mistake you can do is by not asking. So if you have a question, please, please, please type it in the chat now. Write it on a piece of paper. Email us later, call us. Anytime you have a question, it is so important to ask. So whether it's about, hey, I'm in that student planning tool y'all were talking about, and I see that there's some classes that start in January and into February, some that start in January and into May, some that start in February and into April. What I don't understand what's going on here. Aren't these classes from January to May? Well, we have lots of different start dates and we have lots of different delivery modes, meaning we have lecture courses. We have blended courses to where there's some that are lecture as you would think of it in the classroom, and part of it's also online. We also have 100% online classes. Then the online classes, some of them are self-paced. Some of them have hard due dates. So our self-paced courses are a lot of really what we offer online, which means you have a specific start date, a specific end date. Everything in between is really up to you to take care of. We strongly encourage you and will reach out to you and communicate with you that, hey, these are the suggested due dates every few days. However, you are the one that has to be responsible for actually submitting it, for doing the work. It's real easy to say, oh, I have 16 weeks. I can't tell you how many people have told me, I thought I had 16 weeks and all of a sudden I only have a month left.
Angela, I think we lost you there, audio-wise. So.
As Bruce mentioned, we do have a virtual classroom, and that is called Blackboard. So our virtual online classroom basically is where you log in, which you can't do yet. So those of you that have applied and even maybe enrolled for classes that start January 17th, you can't access it yet. So come back to New Student Orientation or check out a recording that we have on Blackboard to learn more about it. But basically, again, it's that virtual online classroom. You'll see all of your classes listed. You'll be able to go into them. You'll be able to see who your instructors are, who your peers are, do your assignments. And if that sounds overwhelming, that's okay because it's something you haven't seen yet. So again, just make sure that if that's something something that might be the stressor for you, come to our new student orientation or watch the recording that we have on Blackboard, where I actually go into, I think, 45 minutes to an hour of really detailed insights into how to use Blackboard. So, one other thing that I want to make sure to stress to you is that regardless of the type of class you are taking, whether it is an online, a lecture, a self-paced, whatever it is, that very first week you have to be active. Even if it says self-paced and you're like, oh, great, I started it, I'll get started here in a month or so. Well, if you just don't do anything, if you do nothing that is required in that first week, which your syllabus will tell you what that is, you will be dropped from the course for not being participative. So please make sure that you at least do that first week activity, if nothing else, or you will be dropped. So number one important thing that I hope that you have taken away today is to make sure to communicate and ask questions. And we are here to support you throughout your journey.
Sounds good. We appreciate that. I am just trying to go through and find that Blackboard link, and I'm going to paste that right now. So if there's questions about Blackboard, there's the link to our YouTube channel with that information on there. So please access it and get some information. And as Angela said, you can't access Blackboard right now. I believe it's accessible 3 days before the first day of class. So if you're trying to get in there right now, it's not there. But if you wait 3 days prior to your first class, you should be able to access it. And again, everything's in there. Your course syllabus, which is key for a lot of faculty members to convey the course objectives and its expectations, will be in there, and you really need to review that. So Angela, did I miss anything on that?
No, but one that I miss saying, and when I tried to unmute myself, I stopped my video somehow, so I apologize. But the one thing that I miss saying is that while we can access, faculty are in Blackboard, but a lot of us do not work at our central campus. So I know some of you will oftentimes email your faculty member ahead of time and say, hey, do I really need this book? Or, hey, I have questions about class. Can you send me the syllabus in advance? Which is, we love for you to do that. I just want you to know that there will probably be a delay in getting a response because we're still working through a network issue. And there's a lot of people that cannot access their emails yet. So please be patient with that. If you have a question that you really need an answer to quickly, look up the department online and call the phone number that is listed for the department. And that way you're able to speak to somebody that is in the office and can then reach out to that faculty member for you. So please note that if you don't hear from us within 48 hours, most of us are 24, but some that work remotely might be up to 48 hours. If you don't hear a response, we did not receive it. So please make sure to call those numbers while we are working through this issue.
Oh, thank you. Good point. And eTrieve, from what I understand, just came back online today. So if you're trying to access eTrieve, you can do so now. Also, Eagle Self-Service has been available for a few days now, so you should be able to get in there, register and check classes and those kind of things. And we apologize. Network issues do come up and they occur, and so it has kind of put a snafu on our ability to email you back or receive emails. So they're coming through sporadically. Like this morning I had one email, and then next thing I know, boom, 5 just pushed their way through. And so everybody's experiencing that. So they're slowly but surely getting there. So we will definitely hear from you. We will definitely reach back to you. But again, as Angela said, call that department if you need immediate assistance. Okay. All right. Let's talk about, okay, we've talked about some of the career pathways and some of the things you needed, but how do you get here? How do you get started at CTC? Jeff in our recruiting department is going to kind of give us a lay of the land on that part of it if you haven't already registered or signed up.
Thanks, Bruce. My name is Jeff Pyatt, and I am an admissions advisor recruiter for Central Texas College here in Killeen. So happy New Year to everybody. And I'm going to show you how to apply for admission to CTC. I'm going to mention a little bit about testing, advising, any kind of immunizations that we made and so on. But any of the services that any of the presenters have mentioned here before, you won't be able to access those until you or at least an applicant. Okay. So Bruce, let's go to our main website. Okay. www.ctcd.edu.
Let me get back there and I'll share my screen.
And I'm going to
there we go.
okay. Now this is okay. So in order to apply for admission, the very first thing that you're going to do is you're going to hit the red Apply Now button at the top of the page. Okay. And you're going to have to do four things before you can, really three things before you can submit your application. You're going to have to create an account. You're going to have to, hit create an account. You're going to have to create your account with your username, your email, and your password. So go ahead and click that right there. So you're going to put your username in there. Mine is jpyatt. My email is jpyatt@ctc.edu, and then my password. And that's going to create your student. That's going to create your Apply Texas account. And then what you're going to do is once you are logged in, you're going to create your student profile. And the student profile is 9 pages long. So it's going to include things like your address, your age, where you live, contact information, and so on. So after you create your student profile, you're going to submit an application. And I don't recall really how many pages it is for the application, but once you have reached the end of the application, you're going to click submit and you're going to see confetti falling. So you know that your application has been submitted. Right now, generally it takes about 5 to 7 business days to process an application, but during peak times, it's going to take a little bit longer. So if you'll be patient with us, as Angela mentioned a bit ago, emails may or may not be addressed right away. You can give us a phone call. I have the phone number. My phone number is in the chat session right there. That's me directly. I'll be glad to check the status on your application. Okay. So again, about 5 to 7 business days to process an application, provided we don't need additional information, but we probably will need some additional information. Before you can register for your classes, you will have to speak with academic advising. Okay. And academic advising is going to place you in courses based on test scores. CTC doesn't require the SAT or the ACT, but you have to have at least the TSIE2 before you can register for your courses. A lot of students refer to that as an entrance exam, and it's not. CTC has an open admissions policy. It doesn't, once you apply for admissions, it doesn't obligate or bind you to anything. Your application is good for a year. If you have your high school diploma or GED, you'll be accepted to CTC. So, but you have to have some kind of placement exam to show where you stand academically. Are you college level? You need a developmental class. And the TSI A2 determines your level of college readiness. So it's really not a matter of pass or fail on the test. It just determines, do you need that developmental class or not? I read and write fine. Math was not my thing. So when I went to a community college, I'm looking at Ellen there. She's laughing at me. Math was not my thing. It's still not my thing. I took beginning algebra. Okay. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to talk to academic advising. And Bruce hit on the students and getting started at the upper left underneath prospective students. Click on that. And if you scroll down, you'll see where it says speak with an academic advisor. Click on that there.
It's really slow today.
It's very slow. Okay. So if you click on the very first link, if you're within an hour of Killeen, it will give you their phone number and it will give you an email. I always suggest students email them. And if you have applied, maybe you have a student ID at that time, put your student ID number in the subject line so they can address you, because there's lots of John Smiths, there's lots of Jane Does, but my last name is pretty unusual, so I should be pretty easy to find. If you're out of, I don't know, somewhere in Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, something like that, you can call the Eagles on Call. They're available Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Texas, and they'll be able to address your advising questions. Okay. So if you decide that you're going to take face-to-face classes at CTC or any other location, you're going to need proof of bacterial meningitis vaccination within the past 5 years if you're younger than the age of 22. If you're 22, you don't need the proof of vaccination. If you take only online classes, you don't need the vaccination. If you take a combination of the face-to-face classes and in person, you'll need the bacterial meningitis. And really, that's all I have other than financial aid. Lucette, Brett talked a little bit about the financial aid and so on. She mentioned that the scholarship deadline ends at the end of February. There's hundreds of applications that nobody ever applies for, so apply. Okay, my information is in the chat line. If you have any questions, send me an email, give me a call. I'll be glad to help.
Okay, a couple other things. For those who are wondering at Cape Center, if you're an industrial technology student, such as welding or diesel mechanics or automotive or so forth, you can contact the Cape Center for Advising, and they will be glad to help you out. Also, these classes, the majority of the classes in our industrial tech program are self-paced, as Dr. Reese had mentioned, so that's one option there. So there's a lot of the self-paced courses in there. International students, there will be an international student orientation on January 12th in the Anderson Campus Center here on the Killeen campus. So if you are an international student attending CTC for the first time, strongly advise you to attend the orientation to get a lay of the land, those kind of things. Okay? All right, sounds good. Everybody comfortable? Everybody good so far? All right, now we've learned about how to apply, and also I want to kind of share with you some of the things that we offer as far as academic services. And we've got a plethora of options as tutoring and those kind of things, but I'm going to share a short video on some of the academic services that we offer. So hopefully this will be the right link here. So, all right. Oh, wrong link.
No audio.
Oh, no audio either. Okay. All right. Well, let me pause this again and reset the share so we can get the audio going again. All right. So I apologize for that, folks. We've had all kinds of issues today, so why should this be any different? Okay, let me get the right video up there. All right. And let me hit share again so we can get that going and share with audio. Okay. Now, please give me a thumbs up if we are good to go. Can you see the screen, YouTube? And audio now.
You may have enrolled as an individual, but once you become a student at Central Texas College, you're not alone. We have a variety of support services and resources to support you and help you succeed. CTC's Academic Studio Student Success Center is a one-stop shop for all your student needs. Students can receive academic advising in person and online tutoring and participate in study groups. Qualified students can take advantage of textbook lending and childcare assistance. As a college student, you'll spend a lot of time in the library, and ours offers a variety of services and resources to help keep you on track. Students can get help writing research papers and submit them for review free of charge. You can bring your own laptop or borrow one of ours, and if you need a quiet place to study, rooms are available on a first-come, first-served basis. If you have questions, the Ask a Librarian email service is available 24 hours a day. Or if you need immediate responses to your questions, the live chat and text service can help. Bad at math? You're not alone. We offer a math lab that provides assistance with everything from college algebra to calculus. And if you need more help with math or any other subject, we offer online tutoring by appointment for up to 2 hours per day. Students with a qualifying documented disability can receive reasonable academic accommodations to include extended testing time, separate testing areas, note takers, and sign language interpreters. Please visit our webpage or visit us in person for more information. Worried about your options after you graduate? We've got you covered. Our Career Center offers career counseling, employment and recruitment services, job fairs, and more. And if you're not quite sure what career you'd like to pursue, use the Career Assessment tool to help you identify what you're good at and what careers are best suited for you. College can be overwhelming, but we are here to help. The Substance Abuse Resource Center offers individual and group counseling as well as information on how to deal with stress. Eagles may fly alone, but at CTC, we soar with you.
Right.
Tonight's dinner?
Bear with me 1 second while I shut this down. Thank you. All right. All right. So those are just some of the many ways that we can help you, assist you in the classroom. As we mentioned, the Academic Studio offers tutoring both in person and virtual, and you can make appointments with them. They have study groups that are available. The library is, as you saw on the video, is a wealth of information as far as the number of resources available for you. Especially the most popular one is the research paper writing tool. So they will, you can submit your research paper and they will get back to you within a 24, 48-hour period to make sure that your research paper is on par, not plagiarizing, and using the proper form as a style, a writing style, and those kind of things that the professors inspect you to do. So again, we want you to take advantage of these many opportunities and services available to you. So, and the video that I accidentally started to play is for Mariceli Santiago Cruz. She's our student life director, and I'll let her kind of give a summary of some of the things that student life offers, and then some of the fun things you can do here on campus. I mean, classwork is important, going to class, studying is important, but at the same time, we know you're human and we want you to have a little bit of fun here, stress relief or whatever it is through student life and activities. So Mariceli?
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Again, Mariceli. My name is Mariceli. I am here to talk to you about some of the fun stuff about CTC. So here's the thing. Yes, you have to get an education. That's what you're here for. You know, there's all these steps and stuff, but the only thing that you learn at CTC is not what's in the books and what is in the curriculum. You can also learn how to like create memories, create networks, meet people that are actually going to be there for you in the future that you can still get a hold of. And that includes other students, other faculty members, or even staff members. I know in my case, I still have contact with my counselor from back when I was in the university. And so you can continue these relationships way beyond just coming to school here. And that's what we want you to think about. As part of student life and activities, one of the things that can help you reach that goal is clubs and organizations. We offer quite a few clubs and organizations that can create these bonds. And it can be things like we have an otaku club for those that are interested in anime. We have a gaming club as well right now. Net Impact, which even though it's business, it's through the business department, they also do a lot of community service and come up with projects that help not just the business side of things, but the community. We have a Muse Club through Fine Arts Department. There's all kinds of different ways of expressing yourself. And maybe in high school, you couldn't find your clique or your niche. You might be able to create it here. We actually had an otaku club here before it was even popular in the high school. So we had a whole bunch of little misfits that used to be in high school, and they found themselves here and they created this club. We have a math club. Yes, thank you, Ellen. Okay, so Ellen, if you haven't figured out, is a math professor, and she also oversees the Math Express and Pathways. So she does a lot of things on campus, but every time I was looking at her when the video, anybody says they're not good at math, she cringes just a little bit. It's kind of hilarious. But it's because she's so passionate about it. And that can be maybe somebody that can actually help you, in the future. You just don't know if you make a connection with her or with Dr. Reese or, Jeff, me. You never know. I still have students. Okay, so I used to work for CTC in San Diego. I still have people that contact me whenever they have issues. And they're still that's back in the day, and that's over 10 years ago. They still contact me whenever they need any help with anything, especially education-wise or just trying to get ahead. That's the kind of caring that we can create for you. That's part of what student life and activities can do for you. It's not just clubs, it's really creating events, having activities, being able to be part of a community. We put the community in the community college part. So let us help you. Let us figure it out with you. If you're not sure how to do it, that's what I'm here for. I love troubleshooting, and I love being able to figure out, help students figure out, what they want to do when they grow up, because personally, I'm constantly reinventing myself and figuring it out. I am a lifelong learner. I have taken CTC classes just because I want to learn a new skill. That's the kind of thing that you can do. If you're like, I want to learn how to do, woodwork and maybe create a table for my entrance, you can do that here. You never know. You never know. We have a lot of options for you. And like I said, it's not just for, I just got out of high school. We have a lot of options for adults and really all ages. So please, please, please let us know if you have any questions, and we will do whatever it is that we can to help you out. We're here for you. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you around soon.
And one of the things that Student Life also offers, they have a student lounge where you can kind of unwind with some video games or billiards or that kind of thing, or there's quiet areas in there for study and just kind of contemplative moments, if you will, and those kind of things. So,
Wait, there's more. We have new student orientation coming up.
bingo.
That's part of what I do. I am going to share my screen and I'm going to show you how you can register for this. And this is just not if you're in Texas, because this is a virtual event. Everyone and anyone can participate. So I am going to show you in my screen really, really quick in a minute how you are going to register for it. And you should do that. Whether you're a new, we recommend definitely that the new students do this, but if you have been a student already with CTC for a long time and you just still don't know what you need to do or you have questions, you're welcome to come and join us in this event. The whole idea is that we give you as much information and we keep you up to date. So if you go to ctcd.edu/NSO for new student orientation, that's the easiest way to get a hold of this. You're going to come to this page. It has all the dates that we have virtual orientations and in-person orientation for August. We have it all the way up to August. And then down here, it says register for new student orientation. Pretty simple, right? You just click on that and it has all of the dates that you can register up at the top. Find the next date that you're going to, click on the sign up, put in your information, and that's it. With that, you will get a link to an email with a link with all the information that you need to be able to register. So please, please, please register. Come see us. The next one, like I said, is January 12th. It's in the afternoon at 1 p.m. We hope to see you there. And if you have any questions, just let us know. We're here for you.
Yeah, and that new student orientation is just an expanded version of this. You'll get more information on Blackboard. You'll get more information on financial aid and veterans benefits and scholarships and so forth, more information on career pathways and so forth. So it's just a bigger, broader version of this to answer your questions, give you an opportunity to ask more questions and get those answers to those questions. But before I let you go, Mariceli, I want to share a summary video of student life and activities. Let me just get back to my screen. Hopefully, I will be able to pull this up properly. Let's see if we get to the right one here, and let me optimize for audio again. And so I'm sure we get that. All right, let's see if we've got the right one pulled up this time. Okay, I hope I got the right one pulled up. We'll get back to start here.
I don't think that's it, Bruce.
Yeah, let's start over from the beginning.
Your small business has a
All right, so that's kind of just a summary video of everything that CTC has to offer, incorporating everything that we've talked about. And toward the end there, you can see we have housing, on-campus housing here. The Anderson Campus Center is a place where a lot of the events take place. Our Welcome Bash, which will take place on January 26th, welcoming students. Where we'll have academic departments, student services departments set up to answer your questions directly, and a whole bunch of activities and fun stuff to do. The student lounge, as Mariceli pointed out, we've got some gaming activities going on in there, quiet places to study, and a good place to kind of as a hub to gather and meet new friends and meet potential new club members if you want to join a club or start a club and those kind of things. We've got the academic studio right upstairs from that. We've got the library again, it's across the way from that. So we've got a little bit of something for everybody. We've got a multitude of career opportunities for you. So we want to make sure that you are well aware of everything that CTC has to offer, whether you're looking just to get a 2-year degree or certificate or transfer to a university, a 4-year degree university, we've got you covered. So question that came through on the chat: when will final grades from last semester post? I am not sure we can answer that yet. I don't know, Dr. Reese, if you have an answer for that.
So there's not a definite answer. We have been working on a workaround, and there are a lot of professors that have been able to access it. So personally, I have, but I also know about 20 that can't. So we are working through that and getting people able to access this workaround. So we do not have a definite answer, but please know that we are working on it. What I would suggest you do, if there is something that is holding you up from registering. So for example, if you can't register for, and Ellen, don't hurt me for the wrong numbers, but if you can't register for math 14 because you don't have your grade from another course, then reach out to the department and we will be able to walk you through on a case-by-case basis. So like, for example, I had somebody call this morning. I was able to call over to registration and get their personal grade resolved in order to move forward. But if you're just wondering when it will be there and there's no requirement in order to be able to get your funding, maybe if you need it for financial aid or VA or GI Bill, something like that is different, make sure to call the department and let them know that you can't register because of this grade.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So please be patient with us. This network issue is affecting everybody in every possible way. So another question came through: when will eTreat work for textbook lending? I'm assuming eTreat just came back online, so you should be able to access that today. So maybe the textbook lending will work for you today. So again, slowly but surely things are coming back online and getting somewhat back to normal. So that's just one more aspect that came available today. So again, be patient with us. Email wise, the email issue is still a work in progress, and obviously the grade thing is also a work in progress. So but we're getting there. We're slowly but surely getting there. So Jeff, Ellen, Dr. Reese, you want to add any parting words of wisdom? Jeff, you're on mute there.
I don't know if I have any parting words of wisdom, but if you have any questions, my email, and I'll copy and paste my email again. I'll be glad to help you, and that's why we're here to help you. So just let us know. All right.
Sounds
Thank you
good.
for
Ellen?
joining us.
Thank you. Ellen?
Get your math done first, right? When you went to grandma's house and you had a plate full of food and you liked everything but the black-eyed peas sitting there, you eat those first and get them done with so you can enjoy the rest of your meal. Do the same thing with math. And we're here to help you. Please, please, please reach out.
Sounds good. Dr. Reese, before we get to you, I want to address this question that just came through, and maybe you guys can help me before we. With the current hacking issues, should things be okay for the spring semester? And if not, online courses, will students be reimbursed payment and not have to drop issues held in their record? After paying today, I'd like to be sure that if anything happens in the future, it won't be held against me. Understandably so. So I guess, will students be reimbursed payment and not have the drop issues held in their record? Do we have an answer for that, or is that, do we need to refer that on?
I can speak slightly to that. The great news is that even though we had a server issue here, Blackboard is completely separate. So even during all of the chaos, I was still able to communicate with students anyone taking classes. All of that was fine. We were able to grade, give feedback, interact, messages. I had instructors that were in there every day working with their students. So the class is not a problem at all. And I know that the business office is currently in registration, is working with students that tried to drop and couldn't. So I know they are working through that right now. But as it pertains to actually you taking your courses, we didn't experience any issues with taking courses. So it was just the servers for our emails and like the e-forms.
Okay, and I'm gonna put the business office phone number for the central campus here in the chat. So if there's any questions about reimbursement and so forth, you can contact them directly, and they should be able to answer your question. 217. All right, make sure I didn't put a typo in there. Okay, there we go. There's the business office phone number if you have questions about reimbursing payment and so forth at 526-1217. Okay. All right, and Dr. Reese,
Bruce, are you sure that's the correct number?
that's what's listed in our directory. So that's all I have.
It's
That's
not
the
1414.
That's the central office, business office. So
Okay.
that's
That's
all
correct.
I know. Okay, thank you. Appreciate
Sorry.
that. No, always good to double check. So you never know. It's okay, Dr. Reese, since you were talking about that, let's get your final words of wisdom. And I bet I know what it is. Ask questions.
Communicate, ask questions when you have them.
Okay, good deal. How about you, Mariceli? What do you want to leave our students with, our potential students with?
We're here for you. I know that there's a lot of stuff always going, and it's not just like we're having issues right now. But everybody always has issues. Like you as a student may have an issue going on, and it's not just us. It could be you too. If we don't know what's going on with you, we can't help you. So please, please, please take the time, communicate with us, and let us know, and let us help you. A lot of the times, if we don't know, we can't help you. I think that's like the biggest thing, and we want to help you. And if you find someone that doesn't seem helpful, just come see one of us in this chat right here. We'll get you. I promise you. One of us will figure it out. But for the most part, honestly, even if when there are issues, we try to be reasonable with ways to figuring out how to help you. So please contact us, and if nothing else, we will hear you out.
Sounds good. And we do offer so many different outlets for you. And one thing is, if you're under stress and mental health issues, we have a mental health resources area that will be glad to help you out as well, because sometimes if this continues,
For free.
Yes, for free. That's a good point. These kind of things tend to mount up as the semester goes, and sometimes college can be a little overwhelming. You know, we're throwing a lot of stuff at you, and as you get into your semester, you may feel a little bit overwhelmed. We have people for you to talk to. So please take advantage of that as well. Take advantage of our academic services, take advantage of all our student services and disability offerings. And so we're here for you, as Mariceli said. Okay. All right. Well, we thank you for your time today. Again, this was just a brief info session to kind of answer some of your questions and kind of relay some information about if you're interested in starting at CTC or getting some questions answered if you're a current student and those kind of things. Be sure to check out the new student orientation that's coming up on the 12th at 1 o'clock. And again, we'll expand upon this a lot more and answer more of your questions and get you rolling here, because we want to see you happy. We want to see you here, and we want to see you succeed more than anything. Okay. So thank you all again, and thank my panel for being here. Thank you guys so much. We really, truly appreciate more than you know. So again, thank all of you. And if you want to check this out, this is on Facebook, and we'll put a summary of this on YouTube later on. We'll put a link on social media to this, so you can kind of review anything or recap anything that you may have missed. Okay. All right. Until next time, guys, you take care, and we'll see you at the next info session and the new student orientation. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.